Greetings. I am the Moon Mama. How are y'all doing today? Whew. Let me tell y'all, today is a Mars day. And Mars is in Aries, and Mars is retrograde. And we are undergoing really extreme identity shifts in who we are and how we've behaved and who we've been up till now, because our 3D reality is changing. We're moving from the 3D and into the 5D. Please forgive me if I begin to cry, like I'm releasing a lot this morning. And as we go from the 3D to the 5D, we have to shed perspectives, energy, mind frequencies, thoughts, ways of being that are no longer serving us, that won't serve us in our next reality and consciousness. And all of this is happening right where we are. We're not going anywhere. But we are shifting, like our humanness is shifting. How we have been humans before, up till now, is shifting. Because up till now, we have given others the authority in our lives. So in that, and giving others the authority in your life, there is a tendency to do things just to fit in. We do it all. You stop at a red light, that's social. Yes, that's safety. Yes, you keep people, but to be socialized in that way is a very, red lights or food, like all of the ways that we've been socialized that are not in alignment with our true beingness, our truth of who we are, have to be addressed, because Mars is retrograde in Aries. And it's like what you believe about yourself. So for me personally, I have Mars in the first house in Aries, and I have a tendency to take on too much, to people please, and I can't do it anymore. Like I don't have space any longer to say yes when I really need to say no. And I'm noticing that I have been doing some harm in my relationships with people because I have not been being true to myself. I've been lying basically. And but really what it is just me and my mind going, oh, okay, I could do that. I understand. I want to help. When I really don't have the time or energy for it. And so, yesterday and today I have been getting sick to my stomach because of the places where I have not been in integrity with myself. And so this Mars in Aries retrograding is really a big thing around our identity. And the thing to understand is, where is it happening in your chart? So for me, it's happening in the first house. And that's my identity. It's who I know myself to be. And that was formulated in such trauma and chaos and poverty and all of these race conversations with my parents, and my mother being a prostitute. So I adapted ways of being based upon those situations and experiences, and that can't live any longer. I cannot continue to do that. So that's the first house. It's like your way of being. And the second house is your value, how you source money, resources, according to who you know yourself to be, what your worth is. The third house is your communication, your perception, how you perceive reality. And so it's like you need to shift the way you are working with your perception. The fourth house is early childhood foundations. So if you have Aries there, it's the early childhood foundations are like what you learned from your family. That's very similar to the first house. The fifth house is romance and creative self-expression. And so this just feels like somebody who needs to get a new job, who's working in a career that just really doesn't serve them, and they need to go do something more in alignment with playfulness and freedom that makes them feel that way. The sixth house, your daily routines. It's really understanding that just like who you are in your work, who you are in your community, like the work that you do, like understanding the power of Aries in that space. And if you've been playing small or not really being truly in your power, it's time to shift that reality. The seventh house is romance and partnership. I'm sorry, it's just partnership. So marriage and partnership, partners, other people. And so it's like going through a shift in the way you relate to people, like sort of your identity around relationships. The eighth house is power. This is a really big one. Power. Many of us are misusing our power. And if you have this in the eighth house, power is like your alchemy, your sexual energy. Many of us don't even realize that we are alchemists, that we are empaths, that we have this sexual power where we can think about somebody and there it is. And, we don't even realize how we're sexually wired and wired to one another and in our nervous systems, and how that really is a power. That is a real thing that allows you to impact yourself and your environment and all of that. And so this would be an opportunity to look at that. The ninth house is your faith, your global connection. It's like your the monk energy. It's like being connected to the divine realms, like being connected to God. Your practice of it, though, your practice of your spirituality. So somebody in this one would need to really get a spiritual practice and anchor in it and recognize and be like a devoted, like your spiritual practice is your life. That's what this is. The 10th house is your career, your work, your relationship to your opposite sex parent also. And in the 10th house, it is, are you in the right work? Are you doing work that really is in alignment with who you are? Or are you really needing to shift this? The 11th house is friends, community, organizations, and your uniqueness. It's like being able to be uniquely yourself in your environment or being with people who are going the same way. And but it's like you need to be true to yourself in these relationships. Even though you have a lot of friends and you're very connected, you need to not conform. It's about non-conformity here. And in the 12th house, it's being connected to other dimensions and spirit and ancestral practices and lineage and spiritual practices. So someone who has it here would start, also another like spiritual practices that connect them through their lineage and their heritage and things like that. The moon is in Gemini. The moon is in Gemini, and the Gemini moon is communicative. It's playful, but it's also a trickster energy. So, I know for me, I have the moon in Gemini, and I just am so tightly wound. I am such a perfectionist and all of that. And I'm just sort of realizing that there's nothing to perfect. I can't get anything right. It's not going to make a difference, so the things that I do to maintain face and people please and all that sort of stuff, that's my trickster energy. That's how it works. It turns me against myself. So Gemini moon, see how your trickster energy works. Like where do you miss yourself? Where do you not really see what you're doing? Where are you unclear about who you are? And your ways of being. Where do you have blind spots? Okay, you all. Sign up for the Mars retrograde class because this class will help you get this work and understand it. And you can do that in my link tree. And on Friday, we're starting the next 13 moons for this month. Coming up, the new moon is going to be in Libra, and the full moon is going to be in Taurus. And so we're going to be working on relationships. And, do your relationships need, we're saying, do your relationships need an exorcism? But yeah, that's kind of how it is. It's like, do your relationships have entities working in them that are not serving you or the other people? This is what I'm working with right now. Like really, can you see how you're showing up? Relationship stuff is so big. Ugh. Anyway, so if you want to register for that class is here also in 13 moons. And I think it starts either on the 10th, the 9th or the 10th, but I would suggest you register for it because it's a really great opportunity to work on your relationships. All right, you all. Peace and blessings. I just, I'm so grateful for all of you. Um, and all of you are my teachers, and I learned so much from every experience, and from all of you who come and get readings, even when they're challenging. I've been having really challenging readings and things with people, and it's all, everything serves to further. Everything serves to further. If you remember that now more than ever, that everything is working for you, that everything is serving to further, you will come on the other side of this. I promise you. And that's just the thing to know. Everything serves to further. All right. Peace and blessings. Bye. I got some new earrings. Bye.